Hey guys, so I'm finally back home from NIH. It's been 2 days and I have not received a phone call. So I guess I don't have cancer. That's the only conclusion that I can come to. It was a good meeting. I had some blood work done as well, and all of my doctors were really happy with my progress. The last time I went to the National Institutes of Health for a follow-up and a biopsy was a year ago. I went with my ex-boyfriend. This time around, it was a very positive experience. I went with my mom. I finally decided to take my mom for the first time. I've actually avoided taking my mom to any of my doctor's appointments just because I feel like she gets so worked up. She gets so anxious and scared, and I don't like seeing her go through that. I sometimes feel like she takes everything so much harder than I do. But she was okay. She did panic mildly, but I reassured her that everything was gonna be fine. And I sometimes feel like if I just put on a tough face and like act like, oh, this is fine, no big deal, it kind of like rubs off on her. My blood work came back fantastic, and I feel so incredibly blessed and thankful. Anytime I'm in Maryland or the DC area, I get a flood of emotions. Some of the scariest moments in my life were there. I didn't know if I would make it. I didn't know if I was going to wake up the next morning. I was living in a hospital, and I've suppressed so much of those scary thoughts and feelings from those early days of being sick. I think that over time I am coming to terms with it more and dealing with it, and just how scary it was. Like when I got sick, everything changed, you know, like everything in my life, and it opened my eyes to a different reality that also exposed me to other people in my shoes, to witness other people my age being sick, or not even just my age, but just other people who had a normal life before, who were never sick, who never had to take pills every day, you know, to now living this other type of life. Being sick ages you. It ages you emotionally, physically, in every way. You really have no other choice but to just embrace it and go with it and find the good in all of it. And so that's what I've been trying to do with the documentary. And of course, I've met so many amazing people. Now I'm at this point where I've found my new normal, and I'm really happy right now, and I'm glad to be in a new apartment, new space, new energy. So yeah, it was a good trip to NIH. So I am back in Washington, DC. I have my very important 2-year follow-up appointment at the National Institute of Health. I booked this hotel. It was like a deal. So I decided to book it, and it's so nice. And on top of it being a steal, I also got an upgrade. So I will give you guys a little bit of an apartment tour. I'll give you guys a little bit of hotel tour. So this is the last part of my visit today, and now it's just time for the biopsy. I got 1 milligram of Ativan, and they're gonna give me some numbing stuff, but otherwise I'm gonna be awake for the procedure. And yeah, wish me luck. bone marrow biopsy would be complete without some Nando's. Bone marrow biopsy and Nando's, they go hand in hand. I feel like I associate the two together so much. I'm actually doing really good right now. Like I'm not in pain. Well, I mean, the local anesthesia hasn't worn off yet, but yeah, no, I feel okay. So hopefully that keeps up, and then afterwards we're gonna slowly get going back. We're gonna go home tonight. So yeah, it's been intense, but it was necessary, and hopefully in the following days I get only good results.